You got to raise them the American way, pretty much. And the government intervenes to kind of make sure that that happens. All right. So, for example, say in your culture, it's common to discipline your child, you know, by slapping them on the wrist or something, right? That's common, and that's how people in your culture discipline children. But in America, that may not be what they would view as a proper way of discipline. They can view that as abuse. So if the people around you say, the people around you, your friends, acquaintances, neighbors, teachers, doctors, if they see that you slapped your kid on the hand and they don't agree with that, they could pretty much report you to government agency, and the government agency could step in and take those kids away from you. I never knew that they had that authority, that type of power. But as a parent, through experiences and stuff, I realized that. And when I realized that, that really changed my whole outlook on having children. It's a very political thing, but when you think about it, if you don't have the freedom to teach the children what you want to teach them, to me, there ends up being pretty much no pointlessness to have children. Because also when you put your children in school, the teachers, say you're busy working and your kids are busy in school, the teachers are the public teachers in school are influencing your kids' minds more than likely more than you are as a parent. And that to me becomes a big problem, because now you have strangers that are influencing your kid in certain ways, where as a parent that's supposed to be your responsibility. But because you're forced by the society to go work and not be home with your children to educate them, then it ends up being you're not even really expressing yourself to the fullest as a parent. All you're there basically is just to financially support the child, and then now somebody else, the state, has a grasp of your child's mind and could lead the child to where they want the child to be led. It's no longer in your hands because you're busy at work. When I started to realize that, it really discouraged me and made me really look at having children in a very different way. Alright? And with that understanding and that knowledge, I think knowing that before you have kids is very important. Okay? And that will make you make better decisions in life, as far as whether or not this is something that you truly wish to do. Alright? Another thing about it is I think having children is ego-based. It's about extending your own ego and reinforcing your sense of self. And to me, really, if you reach a higher spiritual level of understanding, you could come to the point where everybody around you are your children. That everyone around you is your family. You don't need your own family. Everybody out there is your family. In every country, every state, every human being. Everybody's suffering, and a lot of people need help. You don't need to create your own children in order to help. You can help so many other people in so many different ways. And I think as long as that part of you from within is fulfilled, I think there really is, it's not really that important for, to have your own children. I think as long as you fulfill that part of you inside, that's all that really matters. If you have the opportunity to have your own children and that's what you're destined for, then that's great. But if not, there's so many other ways you can express yourself to help other people and to just basically be a part of the society, the community, and just humanity in order to um, play your part, play your role. And I think that that's a high level of spirituality. If I look back at a lot of the sages, the great wise people that ever lived, you see that they really um, serviced humanity. They didn't just service their own children. You know, you look at Jesus, you look at Buddha. You know, Buddha actually had a wife and a child, and he left them in order to search for enlightenment. And then he ended up teaching for 40 years of teaching people the road towards enlightenment. He left his wife and child, right, to do that for humanity. You know, if you look at, um, you know, people like Oso, people like Lao Tzu, I mean, just J. Krishnamurti, you know, just great sages, and how they led their lives, like Gandhi, you know, how they led their lives. They serviced humanity. They didn't just service one child at home. So I think people are meant to go on different roads in life and just allow it to happen. Not everybody is meant to have children. But if you do have children, then that's great. If not, then that's great as well. Alright? And that's my thoughts on it. You know, looking back at everything and learning from both sides. I see both sides. Alright? This life, being a father, being married, you know, is not for everyone. And not everybody should strive for that. But also, if this is where your life has led, I think that there's, you know, you should be truly thankful and grateful that you have, you know, had the opportunities to experience, you know, the beauty of being in love, you know, with someone that loves you back fully, and to experience being a father or a mother to a child or children for that matter. I mean, it's a great thing, you know. So I'm gonna end it at that. All right.